Bienvenue sur ma chaîne. Actuellement, nous sommes dans une ferme organique. Ils cultivent des laitues, des choux organiques. C'est beaucoup de travail, mais vous voyez comment c'est magnifique. Et les enfants sont heureux d'être là. Et en plus, ils mangent les salades, ce qui est très bon pour l'été parce qu'il y a beaucoup de minéraux et de vitamines. Parce que les laitues sont aussi une source de prébiotiques, c'est-à-dire très bon pour l'intestin, pour les bonnes bactéries. Et on a une très bonne digestion après avoir mangé cela. Donc mangez autant que vous pouvez, pas trop non plus, toujours avec modération, mais en manger, c'est très très bon. So now it's my sister-in-law and we're going to talk about the farm. So why did you choose to be a farmer?
Well, it was my husband initially that decided on wanting to be a farmer. Mm-hmm. I wasn't 100% keen on the idea because we had both worked for another farm and loved the experience, but the farmers that we knew, they had gone bankrupt. And so I thought, why would you want to do that? That's crazy. Like, there's no way we're going to be farmers. Like, where's this idea coming from? You know?
Yeah.
But he always loved nature, and that was just something that he thought he could be passionate about. Mm-hmm. And he had been studying some things and learning, and he saw that some people across Canada and the United States had been having success doing small-scale farms. It was kind of a new thing. And so he had been watching a lot of videos on YouTube and just kind of gaining that information. And then he presented it to me. And at first I was kind of just like, no, like, I don't think that's a good idea. Like, no way. After knowing that a couple that we knew went bankrupt mm-hmm. farming, mm-hmm. I didn't think it was a good idea. But then I kind of had time to process it. Mm-hmm. And then actually one night I was going to bed, and then all of these ideas started flooding into my head.
Oh, wow.
About the salad mixes, the name of the business.
Yeah.
I wrote it all down on this chalkboard. Ooh. And then I woke him up in the morning, because I think I stayed up till 1 a.m. writing all of this out.
I don't know about that. Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then I said, I think I have an idea for a farm, and I think that if we did this, it could work.
Wow!
And I had all the names of our salad mixes that we have now, and that was 7 years ago, I think.
7 years ago, wow!
So that was kind of the spark of what we needed to have an idea of for the farm.
So what? Just one night and you start to think, boom!
I had all the ideas like that.
So it's very inspiring. It's very like, wow. So what did you choose to plant in your farm?
I had all the names written out on that board, and I kept that board as the inspiration for, okay, this is our ideas. And then what we did was we got seed catalogs, mm-hmm. and I kind of looked at all the different options for salad greens, and the whole idea was healthy, organic salad mixes that we were going to sell at the farmer's market.
Oh, so you choose to be organic. Why? Why is it important to choose to grow organic?
Well, I think at the time we had been reading a lot of health books. Mm-hmm. We had been kind of testing out our own diet at the time. And we were trying like raw diet and trying out like a vegan diet, and we knew that there wasn't a lot of organic available at the time. So, and we just knew that's what we wanted to do. We wouldn't want to use pesticides. Like, that just wasn't an option for us.
Yeah,
so, good. So yeah, we just started looking at seeds and what would be the right things for these salad mixes, and then it just kind of got created, and then it just kind of has progressed each year since then.
Oh wow, so you say you choose organic because I saw a lot of farmers use the pesticide
Yeah.
And I think it's easier for them to use that because less work. But for you, do you think it's more difficult to be organic or is...
Well, I've never done the other way, so I
Yeah.
can't really compare it, but I will say weed prevention is a lot of work. But I can't imagine just going along. Like I've worked for other farmers, like orchardists, who have to put on almost a hazmat suit.
Yeah.
I've seen them come with their hazmat suit on and coming back from spraying. And then I've also seen videos of people in France,
Yeah.
farmers who are going organic, who are like, there's just been so much health problems with all of the pesticides that have been used over there, and
Yeah.
it's so bad for everything. It kind of breaks down the whole ecosystem. And so when you grow organically, you bring in beneficial bugs that take care of the pests. And nature kind of finds a way to balance itself out. You just have to plant things
Yeah.
that, like flowers, so we have flowers down there, and that brings in the bugs that will help take care of the bad bugs.
Yeah, so it's very good because you start to understand the nature and live with the nature.
Yeah.
What you want to say to the parents? What you want to inspire all the parents to?
So I really encourage the parents, if they're really seeking healthful food for your kids, either get to know some local farmers in your area, or try to start small and start growing for yourself. You could just start off with balcony containers, because that's what we did in the very beginning. We didn't have a farm yet. We didn't have space for a garden. We barely had any sunlight, but we had a couple of spots that had sun, and we just put those pots under the sun, and that's it. And we just started small. And I think learning to grow for yourself is the most rewarding, because you get so much bounty. Like one plant can give you so much.
Yeah, which plant, for example?
Well, zucchini can give you at least one zucchini a day throughout the growing season, like just again and again and again, and it just keeps giving and giving. And then I've also gotten into saving my own seeds. So you get to the bounty, and then you also can save your own seeds and then grow from that the next year.
Oh.
And so there's so much to learn, not just about the health, but just about like the growing of it can be part of your whole journey towards health, and learning about nature, learning about the plants. And then when you go to the grocery store afterwards, you can see, okay, this zucchini doesn't look that fresh, because you've seen what a fresh zucchini looks like.
Yeah, it's true. So I grow zucchini, and I say it's a big difference. They're bigger. I don't know, and the taste is different.
Yeah. So I just think trying to grow for yourself is the best. But if you really either don't want to, or you don't have the time or the space, find someone that's growing locally, because like around here, there's a lot of local farmers. There's farmers markets. And a lot of times farmers can't sell imperfect vegetables. And so you can offer, can I buy your imperfect vegetables? And there's probably a lot that they're willing to give you for little.
Oh wow, I didn't know about that. So it's good to know this.
Yeah.
So to go to the local farmer, I think I'm going to do that more, because I think right now the vegetables start to be very expensive and it's so easy to grow, to put your seed in a soil and let it grow, find a good place with sun.
Yeah.
And it's enjoyable to see you growing something.
Yeah, and because it's kind of, there's been a little bit of a boom over people growing their own food lately. There's a lot of books, there's a lot of information. Go to the library, go on YouTube. You're gonna find a lot of information about how to get started. And I think it's the most rewarding thing ever. Like, even if I wasn't farming, I would 100%, no matter where I'm living, I would still grow something, even if it was only in a container, because I think that that's the healthiest food you can give to your family, because you know how you grew it, that there's 100% no pesticides, and you can control it. So I think that's the best way to give your family healthy food.
Thank you so much for all the information. It's helping me, and I hope the other people, all the parents going to grow their own food, their own seed. And maybe we're going to talk about the thing you grow over there.
Hi, so this is my personal garden, and over on the other side, that's the farm that we sell from, but over here, this is where we grow food for our family. And it started small, and I've kind of expanded it over time. And I've got a little mix of flowers, herbs, and vegetables. So I can come over here and I can cut bouquets and bring them in the house, which makes me feel amazing. And then I collect my tea herbs in the summer, and then I dehydrate them, and then I bring them in the house for the winter time to drink all winter long. And then, so this is my flowers, which they're kind of growing up and kind of being done with, and I have a succession of other ones that are coming on the way. I've got tea herbs over here, some anise hyssop, lemon balm, chamomile, lemon catnip. And then I've got some potatoes over here with a little bit of dill in between. I've got broccoli growing over here, which I desperately need to harvest. More potatoes and onions, another row of flowers, which the flowers really help bring in the beneficial insects. So if you're going to grow a vegetable garden, it's a good idea to plant some flowers in and around it just to bring in those insects so that they can help take care of the bugs for you when you're growing organically. So that's part of the reason why I do it, and the other part is just that I enjoy the flowers. And then I've got some sage and some more onions at the back, and then some leeks. And then I've got kale, some cabbage down there, some more green onions, beans, more broccoli, and then I've got zucchini over here and some fennel, just an assortment of things really. So that's my garden.
And you have a beautiful sunflower over there.
Yes, yeah, so I put those in for the birds, because the birds love the sunflowers. They'll peck at the seeds, but then the birds will come in and eat some of the bugs as well. So it's all a strategy to help with the bugs, bring in those insects, bring in the pollinators as well. So the honeybees and the bumblebees, they'll come in and they'll go for the flowers, but then they'll also pollinate your zucchini and pollinate all of your other veggies. So it's always a work in progress. It's not perfect. There's weeds everywhere. I don't always have time to maintain it perfectly, but the vegetables are there. You're going to get such a bounty out of this garden. I can collect seeds for next year. I won't have to buy any, and I can share with family and friends. That's almost the best part, is being able to share with the people that you love. Yeah. And that makes me really happy to be able to do that and to feed my own family. And like I said, we started with a couple of containers of herbs, that's it. But one thing leads to another when you start exploring growing herbs and veggies. You just kind of fall in love with it after a while. And then you just want to learn everything. So that's kind of what I've done over time. So that's my garden.